Hey,
And welcome.
What happened?
to
Where did you
Scars of
go?
Disorder. Justin, you have full control here, man.
I added you earlier.
yeah, you were the one who did not speak, Daniel.
No, I wasn't here. Welcome to Scars of Disorder, episode 20. Dustfire Media Avatar Legends, campaign 3. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Ready to roll. Got a big thumbs up from Sam.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I got a fun question in the spirit of keeping our dear friends accountable. We're a hefty chunk into the new year. Seasons are changing, weather's getting warmer. If you can still remember them, how are y'all doing with what your New Year's resolutions were?
I always make mine really achievable. So
That's good. That's good.
survive the rest of the winter is a common one. And I've almost done that.
Yeah, you're there.
No.
Well, almost. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the Midwest. It could snow in like a week for some odd reason.
It could. You're right. It very well could. But it's usually, I feel like at this point, it's that snow that's there for like a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's less the chance of snow and more the general coldness and wetness that lingers for a while. Darkness, even though it's brighter for longer. It's a lot of overcast.
Sure.
Currently, Milwaukee looks like Silent Hill for some reason. Not sure what's going on with that. Don't like it.
Hopefully, no like Stephen King-esque Lovecraftian horrors.
Why did you even say that? I live next to a giant lake.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just reminded of the mist. Everyone else, how are y'all doing?
I know we've talked about New Year's resolutions before. I actually don't set actual New Year's resolutions.
Smart.
That's good.
I kind of just live my life.
Yeah.
I believe in just trying to make myself a little better each day. And I think that,
A new day
That's
resolution, if you will.
Yeah.
For a less self-help answer, I will say it is very helpful to sort of think forward and just think about the things that you want to do in the year.
for sure.
Just like, some stuff, some events. It can be real simple too.
Yeah.
Don't set goals. That's not. You got a whole year ahead of you.
How about this? Next year, let's set New Year's vibes. These are the vibes I want to bring into the new year.
What vibes do you want to serve this year?
Yeah.
I like that.
You know what I like? Danny, I like the timeliness of your questions, or the wacky timeliness. Last week, the Olympics question, when we're nowhere near the Olympics.
I love it.
This year we're talking about.
And I was thinking about that too. I was like,
nowhere near. We're not even at like the halfway point. Right?
I was like, we're almost as far as we can get away from it being New Year's. Let's ask this question.
But no, there's many more months left of the year, Danny. There's more than half.
No, there's only one more month, right?
Before June.
This is the fifth
Before
month.
the middle.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. We're almost as far as we can be. Directly in the middle would be the farthest away from either New Year's.
Okay, talking about the calendar, I'm glad you guys brought this up. Why don't we have 28-day months?
We do.
I mean, like,
I think
we should exclusively have 28-day months if we just had another month.
It'd be equal throughout the entire year.
Yeah, we'd have 13 months with 28 days.
Jeez.
And then occasionally you'd have to every 400 years you'd have to have
the answer
a leap.
is obvious. 13 is an unlucky number, and we don't want to be unlucky.
13's my luckiest number.
I think that we should just get rid of all counting.
Months.
No time, no days.
Any numbers. Get rid of numbers.
No more numbers. Anyway, I rolled out with a +3.
Literally, the entire thing our podcast is based on. We wouldn't be able to play.
It's numbers.
Have you guys ever
My
heard the
New Year's
question,
resolution has
sorry.
been reduced, and I work. One of my coworkers was challenged by the head of our company to take algebra, like an online algebra course.
Speaking of numbers,
And I was like, I'll do that with you. And after 5 months, we're like, what if we did second grade math? Can we start there?
Oh no.
Algebra is also like a lack of numbers. You're missing numbers. You know, and
Yeah,
you're
there's
finding them.
letters instead.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution from last year was to eat at Chick-fil-A. I've never had Chick-fil-A.
oh,
Didn't live up to the hype.
Oh, I've still not had
Oh,
Chick-fil-A. I did not.
It's got 7 more months.
I tried to set the bar low, and who knew? It was
That'd be
too
a
I've
high.
been
great-
there too. That's fine.
as when Nick was talking about setting very achievable New Year's resolutions, set an incredibly achievable New Year's resolution, but make it a point not to do that thing for the entire year.
I love it. That's so funny.
That's good.
Hot take: Popeye's chicken sandwich is better.
It is.
I think the
I don't
rest
think
of
that's that
America also thinks so. Remember what happened? Those are crazy times.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah. Do you remember your New Year's resolution, Monroe?
Yeah,
had one.
yeah. I'm kind of like Justin and Nick at the same time, where it's like I do like to put out goals for myself. Just that way I can try to like do things. Whether it's just like, oh, I want to save this much money this year or something. I just want to do that. But then also I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, like Justin, where it's like, oh, I have to do this, I gotta do that, and then like it seems unrealistic, even though it probably was fine. It was probably a fine goal to begin with. But this year, I think I haven't done it yet, but I'm getting closer to it. And then as the month of January was like going, lots of different things happened in my life. So I lost my job, and then my car got hit. So then that became part of the list. That became the part of the list of goals. So I was able to, I got a better job. And one of my goals this year for the New Year's resolution was to get a better one anyway. So it kind of helped me out, kind of launch that. And then I did replace my car. So, there's that. But we have one more to knock off, and I still have about 7 months. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I believe
Okay.
you.
One day at a
I believe-
time, like Justin.
Exactly. I think my resolution was just to read more, if I remember correctly. And I've been doing that. I think I've already read more books than I have in the past like 4 years, and that's a book. So.
Oh, really? What'd you read?
Nice.
Kyoshi.
Oh,
Nice.
I ended last year with the first Kyoshi novel, and I started this year with the second Kyoshi novel. And now I'm reading through. It's a graphic novel, so I don't know if it counts, but I'm reading through
Counts.
Berserk, not a graphic
It
novel.
does, yeah.
It always
Does it
counts.
count? Yeah. Dude, the some of like the full page, just like I was gonna say stills. It's a book, so every single picture is a still. But some of like the full page like arts in Berserk are just gorgeous. I'm like, this is sick. It's a brutal book though, so
very brutal.
anyone's-
Very rough. That is hard to recommend.
Yes, it is hard to recommend. I almost won't recommend it.
Yeah. You want to have a bad
Speaking of-
time.
Speaking of things that I wouldn't recommend, do you guys want to play Scars of Disorder? You want to play Avatar Legends?
Wow.
That's a joke. We do highly recommend.
We highly recommend
Yes,
Avatar Legends.
I do.
So far,
The
it's
only one who
always
doesn't is Danny.
Yeah, I know.
So far, Avatar Legends is my favorite PBTA game. We've played a few.
Yeah.
And so far it's my favorite. I'm sorry, Root. Root's really fun too, but I think I do like Avatar Legends better.
It's the same.
Well, yeah, y'all
company.
ready to get in? Mm-hmm.
They
Y'all
don't
ready
care.
to get into this? They don't care. They don't care. All right, I'm going to recap. Previously on Scars of Disorder, our young benders, having successfully rescued the Earth Sages and their little waterbending friend, move on from the mysterious jungle to continue toward their goal of the Eastern Air Temple. After traveling most of the day, they happen upon a small mining village called Tu Zin. And after stopping to help defend some of the workers from a disastrous rock slide, they run into the mayor of the town, a young man named Mahe, accompanied by his 3 younger siblings. Although the young mayor and his younger sister and brothers are incredibly welcoming and thankful to the young benders, Haru seems especially distraught upon meeting them, revealing to the rest of their group that this mayor is someone who has fell victims to Haru's dark past. But, much to Haru's disappointment, night fell, and the party had opted to stay the night at the small mining village. We'll open on Woe and the rest of Mahe's younger siblings starting to lead the group into the Southern Gym. That is the name of the inn/tea house of Tu Zin in the small town's major social hub. But I think before entering, Teto had began to approach Ling.
Yeah, so Teto will catch up to Ling fresh off of their conflict and go up to her and say, Ling, I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake. I was too focused on you and wanting to see if you could get the recognition that you deserved, that I didn't realize how uncomfortable Haru was until it was too late. I'm sorry.
Teto, it's all right. Just don't worry about me. Just don't worry about it. I receive plenty of recognition. I don't need you to worry about that. Just don't worry about me.
I mean, it's really hard to actually not worry about you, Ling. It's
Why did I?
Well, it kind of.
Do I seem like I'm going to mess something up?
No, not mess something up. It kind of oozes off of you. You
Failure?
That was not the word I was going to reach for.
Incompetence?
Also, not what I was going to say. You have a feeling of heaviness to you.
I move slowly. Yes.
I think you think quickly, Ling, and I see something in you that makes me want to listen to what you say. I really believe that. Ling, do you have siblings? I guess
Not in a traditional sense.
I'm asking that because in my spiral, we don't have siblings either. We're just kind of all together. But there was somebody who was about 4 years younger than me. Her name is Nossi, who would follow me around. And at times I felt she was kind of annoying. She was always underfoot, just tailing me, imitating me. When I wanted to be with my friends or by myself, there she was. And we were coming off of the mountains beneath the Northern Air Temple. And we were going through the woods as a group. And Nasi got lost. She had wandered off looking for something, and all of a sudden she wasn't there. And something changed in me when I realized that this person who I cared about, or who was always there and I guess took for granted, was no longer there. I found myself hurried. I was putting pressure on myself, trying to do everything around me and make sure that the camp was doing all it could to look for her. And when people weren't doing what I thought they were supposed to be doing, in a way, I would snap at them. She turned up afterwards, and I realized that the change in me was because I had lost something. Ling, sometimes the way that you act, it makes me feel like you might have lost something too. And with that, Teto's going to reach into his robe and he's going to pull out the smooth stick that he had found, that he knew was Ling's, at the campsite. And he's going to offer it out to her.
She pretty quickly grabs it out of your hand. Thank you for finding this. Yes, I did lose it. Thank you.
Danny, I'd like to use stories of the world.
I was gonna ask. It sounds like that pretty exactly fits. And is Ling? I think Ling's an interested audience. Was Ling interested in that story?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll creativity, Teto.
I've got a 5 and a 9, 5 and a 4. It's a 9 plus.
I was really hoping you were
creativity.
going to say 5 because a miss would be so fun.
It would be fun.
So that is far over a 10. The dice want you to succeed here. So you hit. On a hit, they're engaged, interested, and willing to reciprocate. Ask them any one question about themselves or their story, and they'll answer openly and honestly. Additionally, on a 10+, you may also clear a condition or ask a second question.
And my question to Ling is going to be, Ling, honestly, what have you lost?
I lost everything, Teto. Everything there is to lose. I lost my home, my people, my family. Almost everything. I'm still here. And I also still have my uncles. And I didn't just lose them for a couple of hours. It's all gone forever. Just to, the comparison was a little unequal.
Ling, I'm so sorry. I had a feeling that something had happened, but I didn't realize the extent of the tragedy that you carry within you.
You wouldn't think so. If you knew who they were, who I was.
Well,
You'd celebrate it like everyone else.
I'm not sure if I share your perspective on that. But I think something that I'm working on, that from my conversations with Haru, they might be working on, and maybe something that you can work on too, is our past actions, lives, encounters don't necessarily need to shape who we're going to be in the future. Ling, I want to let you know that you're not alone right now. And if you need me, please reach out. I'll listen to you, because I think you're capable of great things. Any chance I can get a guide and comfort roll?
Guide and comfort roll. Well, first, the 10 plus from Stories of the World. Would you like to clear condition or ask?
Yeah, I'm gonna
that
clear
question?
Afraid.
You're afraid.
Guilty is gonna
Alright.
stay there until I clear it with May.
That makes sense. A guide and comfort roll. Pick it back here. I mean, I can see it, and I think I like it, and I think I want you to roll it.
I got a 6
Just
and
another-
a 3. Sorry, I still need to take second grade math. What is that?
That's 9.
Thank you.
Fine. Plus
Gotcha.
your harmony, minus your harmony, rather. So it makes it an 8. Let's wait to hear what Ling responds with. See if they embrace it or shut you down.
Teto, it's not about needing or wanting or letting or allowing the past to shape what we are and who we are. It just does. And then she'll just walk away.
Sounds like she
was that a
embraced it.
shutdown?
No,
That
that
was a
sounds
shutdown.
very.
That
That
was
sounds.
100%
That sounds like a
shutdown.
Ling embracing. It's just because it's Ling filtered. Like I think that's the best you're gonna get for embracing. So I'll say good.
No, it sounds like that you're gonna get a condition right back at you, Techo, but you're gonna get to shift Ling's balance.
I feel like every time Teto tries to guide comfort Lin, it just comes back on him.
Hey, you're chipping away, you know? That's
You're
what's
trying, you're trying. I love it so much.
He's never gonna
Oh
stop
my
trying either.
gosh.
Learn something, man. All right. Let's see.
Oh, I get to inflicted. Do I get to pick?
I think it's just they inflict.
It's a,
So
yeah, it's a
so
collaborative thing.
No,
No,
picks.
yeah, I
Oh,
think I think we've picked
yeah.
together.
Because I mean,
the-
so technically, whenever it says like it could be a collaborative thing, but technically, whenever like an NPC gives you a condition, it says they inflict a condition, and in that case, you're choosing what you pick as well. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
just as any
Oh.
other condition that would be inflicted. And Sam,
I
you
think-
get to shift.
I think insecure makes sense
Yeah.
the same.
unless you're feeling something else.
No. Makes sense.
Let's see. Let's see. Your past just does.
It's
Oh, I wanna-
Restoration. Yeah, it
Is it-
has to.
Is it restoration? Yeah. Okay.
It kind of
Alright.
has to be.
That's fine.
yeah.
You don't have to shift my balance, but I'd like for you.
You'd like? Yeah. Let's do it. I mean,
I mean, it
you
does say
inflict
and
a
you shift
condition on
your balance.
me. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, so at this point, Raleigh, the 10-year-old brother, younger brother of Mahe, goes up to you guys with the sounds of hips and goes, "Are you guys gonna come in, or you just keep standing out there yapping?"
Ling walked in. Like if there was a door or whatever. Or
Are you gonna come in to Teto, or are you just gonna stand out here being a weirdo?
I mean, like, to be fair, if I come in, I'm still gonna be a weirdo. I'll just be inside.
Are they gonna be a weirdo with all of us? Let's go.
Are you a weirdo too?
Raleigh holds out his hand.
Yeah, you look like a weirdo. Teto will take his hand and go inside.
Okay. For those of you who have all entered, you are welcomed to the smell of sweat and iron in the air as the town's metal miners fill the tea house as they relax after a long day in the mountain. The tea house is decorated with pickaxes hung on the walls and hard hats and other memorabilia from past miners. The mines visibly being the pride of this small village. I imagine, unless they do something else, I imagine you guys find Haru already sitting like somewhere, right? Or somewhere in the tea house.
Oh, No. Haru would have gotten a room.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you don't even Haru's nowhere to be found in the immediate dining area. But Mahe will welcome the 3 remaining of you to sit down for some tea.
Earth Sages with us, right?
And the Earth Sages, yes. The 3 and the other 3.
The 6. That's 6, just so everybody's aware.
Well, yeah, Mahe will find you guys a table. Oh, please sit. I can have the tender grab some tea. Completely out of me. It's just as a thank you to you all.
Wow, we really appreciate that.
Yes. Okay, I will be right back. Wherever you guys sit at the table, Woe will just position himself in a way where he can just sit and just take turns staring at each of you for like 15 seconds at a time. So are you guys like, huh?
What? What?
Me?
You're just looking at us. Yes, you. I'm looking at you.
What are you guys?
What does that even mean?
What are you?
We're a caravan.
Whoa, I think it's rude to ask people that. I don't think you're supposed to ask people that.
Oh, how are you guys?
Not great, but we're here.
Don't worry, you'll feel better after you drink some of this leaf water. Are you a firebender? Pointing to May.
Why?
You look like a firebender.
Why? Because my hair is
Whoa,
orange?
Whoa, you can't say that. That's
I'm like what you're wearing. I'm like what you're wearing. This one, Kiara, the oldest sister, the only sister of 14 years old. We're like, whoa, I'm sorry. He's a very curious boy. He means nothing by it. Whoa, just eat your food, sit down. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I used to ask people those sort of questions all the time, and it was only people giving me dirty looks and shoving me around and telling me I couldn't ask things like that made me stop. Socialization, so weird.
See, it is kind of weird because you're a lot. I feel like you're too old for that, but we'll address that later.
Okay, no, I was just to be clear. I was just messing with him. I'm a waterbender. Yes, she is a firebender. That was a good call. And he is an airbender. And these 3 are just old men that we have to look after. We are their attendants.
Hey, old man. So if your naked friend was an earthbender, then you guys would basically be the Avatar.
I had not considered that. I also don't think that's how that works. I'm pretty sure she's more formidable than just 4 benders of all.
Pretty much how it works.
Oh,
if you guys melded yourselves together somehow.
How do we do that?
You heard of sewing? Whoa, Kiara speaks out. This is all right. This is getting graphic now. I'm sorry. We're gonna move.
He might be on something. I mean, like,
no, he's not. Not at all.
I mean, like, maybe a big outfit. Big outfits.
Oh, okay.
Teto's getting ideas.
How do I look like a firebender?
I don't know. Honestly, he really just clocked that immediately.
I thought.
Mahe at this point walks back with a tray full of tea and some like finger food. Sets him down.
From the second floor, there's a creak as a door is shut, and if like any of them were looking while Mahe was gone, Haru was just poking his head out watching, and as soon as Mahe walked, the door shut.
I don't know if anyone clocks that. I mean, we're having like actual conversation.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think everybody looks up and is like,
"Yeah,
what the heck was that?"
Mahe's setting on the food. As Woe will grab a small plate with a cup and some food, and leave the table with it. And at this point, Mahe will ask the 3 of you, and the 3 of you and the other 3 of you. So where are you guys coming from? What brings you out all the way out to this far southeast in the Earth Kingdom?
We're just headed. Wait, what, did you say to the east?
This far southeast in the earth.
Southeast. Well, we're just we're just headed east on our way from what is that city that I forgot the name of the conqueror that just died?
Oh, Chin.
Chin. We're on our way from Chin. Just heading over to the east. These old men want to see the Eastern Air Temple before they pass. So they're pretty spiritual individuals.
Mahi will turn and look at the 3 Earth sages sitting on next to each other, and they'll just be like quickly nodding yes. Like, oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Wow, yeah. So it's like a little like a trip.
It's a pilgrimage. It's I mean, it's their pilgrimage. Yeah. They hired us to look after them and to take care of them.
That's definitely smart. The roads definitely aren't very safe.
We've noticed that.
Yeah.
Isn't this supposed to be the age of peace? The Fifth Nation's gone.
Yeah. You'd think, but I feel like,
the Avatar is apparently strong enough to make her own island.
Yeah, but where is she?
That's a good point. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
She seems to be like everywhere and nowhere from what I've heard, but it's an interesting thing. At this point, we'll quickly cut. Haru, you hear knock 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 on your door.
No one's in here.
See, I would beg to differ, considering that there is definitely just a voice that said no one's in here, coming from the door that I just knocked on.
The door will slightly creak open,
and you see the little woe holding this small silver plate with tea and some crumpets. On there.
He's like, you must be super hungry and thirsty from being such a weirdo all day.
Who you calling a weirdo, kid?
Nobody.
Yeah, good. And he'll grab the plate.
Oh.
And they'll stop for a moment and look at Woe. Why'd you bring this up to me?
Because you weren't downstairs with the rest of us?
How'd you know I was in here?
It was pretty obvious when you were spying on us from upstairs. I'm like a spider. I have eyes all over my scalp.
And he starts going cross-eyed, moving his hands around in a very strange way.
Hey, that's not what a spider does. And he'll shut the door.
As an audience, we see Woe considering knocking again. And it just stops and goes back downstairs. As he walks downstairs, he'll just be like,
yeah, your friend is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
That one. The one that's not here. I would never call someone weird to their face.
Okay. That makes me feel like you definitely did exactly that. But
yeah, I did. I just called him weird through the door.
Yeah, they're just not feeling super well. So I think they're trying to get some rest in.
All right. Well, okay. And then we'll just go up to the bar, climb up onto a stool that's way too high for him, and sort of lean suddenly looking like a lot more adult than he should, just lean on the bar and just signal to the tender to give him a tea. Kiara would be like, well, we have tea for you. Okay, whatever. He does his own thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
At this point, Mahe will be like, yeah, they are acting kind of strange. Do they need anything? Are they? I see they've already got themselves a room, so that's good. Are they okay?
No, I'm
is
sure.
What I'm asking?
Yeah, they're fine. I'm sure they'll say if they need anything. They probably just want some rest. Probably that is.
Okay.
Probably that. On there. So how are you from here?
Me? Yeah, I'm the mayor.
I meant like, were you born here?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, born and raised. My I come from a family of miners and of the metal, people who mine metal, and I eventually, I guess my grandfather, maybe someone before him, getting enough prestige to become a mayor. I don't know enough of my family history. Either that or the GM just didn't write enough of it. But yeah. So here we are. Now I'm the mayor. My father, spirits rest his soul, was the mayor, but now I've taken up the mantle, and it's been okay for the most part.
I'm sorry to hear about your father. I never knew mine. He was just not around. I don't know.
Sorry to hear that.
So, what makes it just okay?
I don't know why I said that. We are an incredibly blessed village. Tu Zin steel is sought after across the 4 nations. So I guess I'm just more so I'm getting used to it. You'd think after, has it been a year or two of being the mayor, but I'd be fine with it. But I guess I'm more so just getting used to it, is what I'm saying. At this point, Raleigh will speak out. I'm like, he looks familiar. And then at this point, Kiara will quickly like kick him in the shin, like, just Raleigh. And Mahi will like look over, kind of like, okay. But yeah.
I have something for Haru to do.
Oh, I was going to say that during this whole conversation, Teto has taken out his sketchbook and he is drawing a conjoined suit that can fit 4 people in it.
4 benders in a trench coat.
Yeah. So he's in, his head is down. He's working really hard on this. He's been inspired.
I love it. Yeah, I think at some point Woe was like peeking over your shoulder with his eyes wide, just like watching you sketch this. Unless anyone else has any questions for Mahe, I'd love to hear what Haru's doing.
Haru?
Oh, I was waiting to see if anyone.
I love it.
I think the door shuts and they like take a sip of tea and then their stomach like rumbles. He's like, "Oh man, I haven't eaten anything in a couple days." Oh.
And like the only thing on the plate is like 3 rice crackers.
yeah, no, it's not enough. And they'll start pacing back and forth. I need to eat some food, and we'll put on try and maneuver their cloak so it's over their head, and we'll open the door. I'm trying to think of how I think they're panicking. Yeah, no, that's 100%. Yeah, they drop down to the floor and start crawling.
What? And I think anyone looking in this direction definitely sees this.
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, we're just passing through, and just in the middle of conversation, Link's just watching.
I think we hear this light thud 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 of Haru going down each step of the stairs.
If you excuse me for a moment, and Ling will just run over to Haru. Haru, what are you doing? What are you doing right now?
Haru will look up. I was hungry.
Okay, all right. I will bring you food. Do you want to stay in the room, or do you want to eat down here?
I don't know. I feel like I've committed to something, and now I gotta see it through.
I think you can commit to coming down to here to eat, but I really think you should just stop this.
All right.
Whatever this
Okay,
is.
yeah. I'm overthinking this, right?
100, absolutely. You are.
Okay.
There's no reason to be. I'm gonna pick you up now and like just pull you up by the shoulder.
The
Okay.
three Earth Sages and Mahe and all siblings are just watching this unfold. Like, okay.
They're feeling better. They're feeling so much better. We're gonna have some. Can we get some food?
There's
My
dead
friend.
sounds besides Woe just clapping rapidly with his big smile on his face.
Thank you. Okay, let's sit down.
Raleigh speaks out again. He really does look familiar. And Kira once again goes, Raleigh, all right, it's fine. And Mahe will actually say, actually, Kira, it's getting a little late. Do you want to take your brothers back to the house? And Kira will agree and begin gathering her brothers, which at this point, Woe is realizing it's time to go home. So he's like running through and between the tables, trying to avoid Kiara from grabbing him. Some food for, I forget if I got your name. Cloaked friend. Mahe saying this.
I don't have a name.
Okay. So some food for our nameless friend then. I'm sure you're hungry. I'll grab some food for you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
The Earth Sages are looking at Haru in just disappointment. They're like, why are you acting like this?
I need help. What is happening? I'm usually so calm and collected. Something about
Do you think we know?
don't leave me. Don't leave me here.
If you were, we're not going.
We're not. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go anywhere.
You got it. Staying here. This awkward dinner.
Hey, Bung here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a room for me and
I already got one. Oh, another one. Yeah, that makes sense.
another one. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're a little tired, so
Can you get rooms for us
All right.
too?
yes, we'll get rooms for everyone. All right,
Thank you.
you guys have a good night.
Yep.
Yeah, Bung gets his rooms. Mahe gives Haru, or no name, their food. As Kiara gathers her brothers and leaves the Southern Gem, she opens the door and she is surprised, and she quite literally runs into this tall man in this Fire Nation military attire. The man has to kind of grab Kiara to stop her from like falling down after just bumping into him due to her surprise. And as he goes, young Kiara, tell me, is your brother around? Kiara, now seeing this man, goes, Mahe, it's Yuso. As Mahe looks up and goes, I'm so sorry, my friends. I need to take this. And he stands up, begins walking to the door as Kiara sort of sneaks past this Fire Nation man with her brothers.
Where are we and what is going on?
I'm just happy he's not here. Maybe I can eat this food real quickly and get out of here.
Do you owe him money or something? What is going on?
I told you I'll kill his dad.
Oh, that's right.
The fact that Ling forgot about that is so Ling coded.
Well, clearly he's got know of it.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time that I've ran into someone that I hurt in the past. Since I left, since I've tried to be better. Am I doing something weird with my arms?
Yes.
Is this
Haru, you're doing something weird with your everything.
no.
Hmm.
What is this feeling?
Shame, maybe. I would say embarrassment, but I think we're the ones who are a little embarrassed.
Yeah, we're definitely the ones that are
Or,
embarrassed.
yeah,
Guilt? Maybe you're guilty. I mean,
guilt. Guilt's a
remember,
big
though,
one.
Haru, you're a different person now. Like,
Yeah, but I'm still the.
well, I mean, they don't need to know that. Don't worry. Like, you're some guy.
All right. Just some guy.
At this point, Haru, all of you hear something, but this might make Haru feel even weirder. As just before leaving, as he's leaving, just before the door shuts, you hear this Fire Nation man say to Mahe as he pats him on his back, "Mahe, the workers seem especially dreary tonight. I trust this won't affect Reich's payment." As the door shuts, as Mahe and this Fire Nation man begin walking out. Have
Sounds like
walked out.
Fire Nation.
Yeah, like, he was clearly a Fire Nation officer of some rank.
Why?
Well, he just said that the steel is, or the metal is sought after, so I have to assume some sort
It's
of
all
military
just-
contractor.
This got so much worse.
Why?
Because of
He just mentioned a name. He mentioned Rack.
Who is that?
Rack was one of my handlers.
wait. Who?
Rack. General Rack.
Oh my gosh. I know him.
You know Rack? You know him?
Yes, I know him. He was friends with my father.
All right.
Like, I grew
So-
up with him around. But you're telling me that he did that to you?
He gave me missions. Yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, he does that. Makes you think he's on your side.
Yeah. So what did you want to do?
I don't know.
You can grab your stuff and go to your room. Or you can stay.
Yeah, for those sitting positioned where they can see outside the windows and the same walls as the front door, you can see that Reich and Mahe are just sort of like meandering now around town, just sort of talking.
If he's here, it means that the Fire Lord's got his claws in the production here.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't think I feel good about that.
Okay. Do we need for that to be a problem?
I think I can't make any of you stay. But I think I've got an opportunity here to strike back at the Fire Lord.
Teto will look at Haru and says, "You might have an opportunity. You might have an opportunity to do something else as well. Potentially set some things right."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You know what?
May.
Ditto. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
May, how do you feel about potentially becoming an enemy to the state from which you hail? Just real quick. Just want to throw that out there for everybody else at the table.
I don't know how I feel about that. No, we have a mission. We have a mission, so it doesn't matter how I feel about it. Just
What is the
Wait,
mission?
who says it doesn't matter what you feel?
That was a better question.
it's really complicated. It's never really mattered. Maybe here with you guys it does. And I just feel like this isn't the right place to have this talk. I think maybe somewhere else more private would be a lot better, right?
Sure.
But
yeah.
Without getting too much into it, Ling, to answer your question, it's not bringing me joy, but I understand that's what's needed right now. So I am as good as I can be with that.
All right. And see,
I mean,
your
we can go
feelings
up-
did
We
matter.
can go up to the room and discuss this more.
It's
I understand if the group doesn't want to do anything.
Are any of the siblings still in here, Danny?
No, they've all left at this point. At this point, it is just you four and the tea tender, who is trying to make it seem, who's doing
Where'd
a
everybody
really
else
bad
go?
job at trying to. Huh?
Did you say this place was like chock full of the town?
Oh, stock full of the miners. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. I think at this point it's pretty empty. I think most of the miners have
okay.
left.
Well, Danny
Well,
did say
yeah.
all the kids had to go to bed, so
Yeah,
Mm.
I guess we ate and kind of fast forwarded. through
Yeah.
all that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Dustin, I
catching
swear
up.
to God.
didn't.
Okay.
Wait, I got it. I get that joke.
Yeah,
now. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. There's
Thank
several of the
you.
miners left.
Let's caught up.
All right. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
All right, let's go back up to the room, and we can talk.
Talk with that.
this.
All right.
So I follow Haru.
We get up and we go to the room.
I love it. As
All
you guys
right. Actually,
leave,
one
the
second.
camera lingers a little.
Ling is going to say 1 second. I need to go use the bathroom, and she will
Okay.
head out of the building.
Okay. Yeah, and at this point, the camera lingers on two of the mine workers sitting at a table. I'm like, I think they're into some weird stuff, man. I ain't hear what they were saying, but it didn't sound right.
Dad,
I think I want to follow Ling. Ling, what the heck are you doing,
bathroom?
bud?
Ling is gonna. So you said that Mahe was talking to, what was this guy named? Reich?
Yosu.
Yosu.
Yosu had said, I trust that the way your miners look isn't going to affect Reich's payment.
Okay. And but then you said he and Reich were walking around, or was it Yosu?
I think he
It
It was Yosu and Mahe. It was
Okay.
Yohu and Mahe. I think I might have misspoke. I think I might have said Reich. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Yosu and Mahe. Reich has
So
not.
are
been
they
seen.
still like walking around?
Mhm.
Yeah, Ling will try to like sneak up behind them. I don't know how many like buildings there are in this town, but if she can like
Yeah.
sort of
I think
dart
there are
in-
portions of it that are pretty like cramped and like alley-esque.
Yeah. So she can like hide. She can try to like listen in to what they're
I knew
saying.
she was
Yeah.
gonna do that.
So you're doing a tailing mission, an Assassin's Creed tailing mission.
a tail ling.
Hey, Ling. Hey.
Ooh. Yes. So
Oh, actually, you've inspired me, Danny. She will
Yeah?
climb on top of the buildings to do this.
I
long as
love
they
it.
have-
I love it.
Solid roofs and not thatched roofs.
You know, you're a pirate girl. You've climbed and stuff, and you've probably spied on people. Give me a rely on your skills and training, unless you contest.
First of all, I have taken foolhardy action without checking in with my friends. So can I unmark and secure?
You may.
All right, now I don't have to roll with -2.
Justin just said in the private chat, she'll blend in with a crowd of courtesans. There's just a random crowd of courtesans just right behind.
It always was though in Assassin's Creed 2. Just like, where did you come from?
There's so many in this
like,
town.
Crowd of nobles. It's great. It's great.
So yeah, I 9.
That's good. That's like a good roll, but you're doing it perfectly. Yeah, so I'm gonna start saying a portion of the conversation that you hear. I think there will be a point where the imperfection of your tailing will show, and you can choose to mark the fatigue. So you hear Yosu. So I assume your workers have met quota this time around. The Fire Nation is deeply grateful to Tu Zin's contribution towards their great military, and I only hope you've learned from past mistakes what happens if one falls short. Yeah, I hear you, Yosu, Mahe says. It's just like most of our workers having left, our best workers at that. I mean, you can understand how much harder it is mining with a lack of earthbenders. And just today, one of our older workers almost fell victim to a fatal rock slide. If it wasn't for Mahe, you know I hate excuses, and even more so exposition. I don't need to hear a sob story. I need to bring Reich the payment he requires. And if I go back and tell him that the new, young, dumb mayor of his treasure of a mining village says they couldn't get enough iron because some old miners fell and couldn't get up, well, what do you think will happen, huh, Mahe? Come on, you know me. I only take Reich's payment and do his deliveries. He contracts me. I don't work directly under him. I've heard of the types that work directly under Reich. You've met your father, rest his spirit, met one. It was probably one of his last memories, in fact, but you know all this, Mahe. So I'll tell you what. Make up for this blunder by doubling the next shipment, and we'll forget... What was that? As you, I think, probably like knock something off, like a paint can from off of a corner of a roof. You can take that fumble, or you can mark fatigue.
I'm gonna mark the fatigue, and like she Ling scares up some birds by water bending at them or something, and they fly off from the top of the roof. And she just lays down.
Those damned winged creatures. They're so weird. They're just birds. They're not anyways. Double the next shipment next month, and we'll forget all about this poor attempt at an apology. Yeah. I understand, Yosu. It's just I've already told you once, kiddo. Please don't make me tell you again. Not another word. Double next month's shipment. Yosu, now turning a little red with anger, calms down, takes a breath, and says, "You understand. Anyways, my men are tired from the road. We'll stay at the gym. Don't you worry, kiddo. Just do as you're told, and all will be right." Mahe, looking incredibly defeated at this conversation, just nods with his head down. As they part ways, Mahe begins walking back to his house. As Yosu, you see him whistle and wave a hand as just various of his platoon or whatever he traveled with throughout town just begin gathering around him to all walk back to the southern gym where they all plan to stay the night.
Where we're staying?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Is there anything of note that happens with the three of you? Probably. You probably noticed Ling's probably taking a while.
Ling's kind of taking a while, right?
Maybe she had to poop. or her time of the month. I don't know. Just or both.
I love that bodily functions is what does it for Haru. Just completely pushes him over the edge.
Anyway, fugitives from the law.
Yeah.
It's Ling's not here, but I was gonna tell her at some point we were gonna have to fight the Fire Lord. He was gonna take me. So I don't know, in my head, why not now?
Wait, who was going to take you? The Fire Lord, or Ling was going to take you to the Fire Lord?
The Fire Lord would. I don't.
Wait.
Oh, is she a secret? She's not a secret Fire Nation
No,
agent, right?
I'm just trying to make sure that I follow the story.
You're good.
A lot. It just, yeah. Sorry.
The Fire Lord is going to come back and take me at some point.
And so you're saying, why not now? I guess
Why
my
not?
question is,
Fine.
why now?
No, I just like why not? Why not strike first? You know?
I
Do
guess
you
I
know
hadn't
what
thought of
you're
it that way.
doing?
No. Do any of us?
N-
We're kids.
No. So why would you go first?
If the Fire Lord's here, then the hurt to these people in this village is more than I think I can bear. I know what it's been like to be them. And I escaped. I'll be darned if I let them stay under him.
I think I hear what you're saying, Haru. You want to help these people.
Yeah.
And I think that by helping these people, you might be able to help yourself too.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Well,
I've done a lot of bad, but I'm trying to do a little bit of good.
If that's the frame we're putting around it, I'll stand with you. And Cheto will sheepishly glance at May and then look away.
May, you can stay here. You don't got to be involved. I understand.
I just.
Oh no, I think her mic maybe.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right, now it
That-
turned on. It was
All
like I
right,
was in the
there we
middle of. Oh my gosh.
It turned off again. Oh
No.
Just doesn't want May to say anything. I'll take your silence as absolute approval of this plan.
No,
Sounds like a great idea.
Is it a?
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What's your favorite moment? Yeah, there we go.
Working. Haru, I just need to ask you something. You said Reich did this to you.
He was one of the people. I had a lot of handlers, May. It was always a different person.
Yeah, I know. See, I grew up with him, and I always thought he was a good guy. So I have to ask you now. Did you ever know anyone by the name of Kai?
I think I remember a handler by that name. Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah, May. I haven't forgotten the litany of people who have ruined my life. Why? Who's he to you?
Kai Lu? Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, that was a family name.
Haru, my last name is Lu. Kai is my father.
At this point, you hear what sounds like a blast of fire and a pair of shouts. We rewind just like a couple seconds. We cut to a scene of Ling watching this group of firebenders making their way towards the southern gym.
Great. She stands up like on the apex of whatever house or building she's on. Puts like one leg up on like the facade, and is like, "The Silver Moon Pirates send their regards." And she bends like a blade. You said there was paint on this roof. She blends a blade of paint, a water blade, and just whips it at them as hard as she can.
I love it. It sends some of them flying. They're like, what the heck is some of this blast of fire shoot in your general direction, nowhere near hitting you. As Yossi goes, what the? There's a girl on the roof. What? Get her! As they just begin running.
She runs in the opposite direction.
Okay, I want to cut real quick back to the three of you.
That was May, right? That was Ling, right?
Teto has
That
his mouth
explosion.
open, is just in complete disbelief at the conversation that's just happened.
I think that was Ling.
All right, we'll deal with that. The thing between us later.
Yeah,
Ling needs our
okay.
help.
What?
Teto, we gotta go.
I mean,
Like now.
Teto, we gotta go.
My feet are moving, but my mind is really stunned.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm guessing you guys just run down and just zip outside of the southern gym. Ling, you said you're just running in the opposite direction of the N. That's just the direction you're choosing, just the opposite direction.
Yeah, that was the plan.
I love it.
The plan
I love
was
it.
not. It did not have a lot of steps.
Wait,
It's
you're
not
on
great.
the rooftops? How
Yeah.
many rooftops are there?
I'm sure I'm running out of them.
You're starting to run out of them, and also at this point now, the Fire Nation soldiers have found a way to sort of time their shots to try to shoot you as you're jumping between the roofs. I think I want some sort of roll just to see how effectively you dodge these shots. It sounds like it would just be a rely on your skills and training.
Yeah, I think Ling puts on her like mist cloak, and I think she sees one of these blasts coming and kind of concentrates the mist and expands it really quickly, right as it's about to hit her. It concentrates it right where it's about to hit her, and then expands it really quickly to sort of stop the blow. But I think that probably knocks her like off of her course to the next roof, and so she lands like in the alley and starts running.
I love it.
Like, on the
So
ground.
yeah, give me that roll.
Okay, I'm just relying
Rely
on
on your skills and training.
Oh, also, can I clear
clear guilty.
guilty? Because she was trying to make a personal sacrifice to keep these dudes from going to the inn
Yeah,
where her friends were.
yeah. I mean, it seems like this is straight up to be a what's the word? Diversion.
Yes.
So yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I couldn't do that.
So I'm actually not going to mark guilty. I am going to mark guilty on my reconciliation
Okay.
track.
Nice. I love it.
All right. What did you say I roll with? What was I rolling?
Focus. Relying on skills and training, so focus.
Yeah, I really should have said I roll with my. That's gonna be a 6. Oh wait,
6.
I'm relying on my skills and training. I can do a thing. True.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah. When you
well,
rely on skills and training,
yeah. True
you may
humility.
express true humility in the face of difficulty.
I don't know.
if that works.
Yeah, I
Nick.
don't know. I don't think that's working here.
Um.
This is the first time I've rolled.
So I think just.
All
I
right,
think
well,
what happens is
I get an experience. All right,
Oh,
you do.
I'm
You get an
the
experience. You
worst
get a growth.
waterbender ever.
Guys, I'm sorry. To the firebenders. I think what happens is, in between jumping between one of the roofs, you just get hit dead on with one of the fire blasts, and it knocks you into the alleyway below, just sort of rolling. I think I want you to mark a fatigue.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think at this point, just because you're taken aback enough, you've fallen, and it's slowed you down enough where I think they're close enough to you where it's gonna be an exchange.
Awesome.
And there's enough commotion happening where you guys can just sort of follow the noise. There will be one round of an exchange, and then you guys will be able to enter into the scene.
Danny, is that still true? As upon exiting the inn, Teto pops his glider and takes to the air to get closer.
I like that. And because I like that, I'm going to say, yeah, man. And I'm going to say, you can land into this exchange. So as you fall and sort of roll out, still like smoking from the smoke on you, from the fire blast that hit you, Ling, as you're sort of laying on your back just on the dirt ground, you look up and you see none other than Teto air gliding right above you.
Ling, I'm gonna ask if you're okay, but you're kind of on fire. That's not okay at all.
I'm fine. And just I don't know. Help me fight these guys.
All right, let's exchange. Give me those approaches.
I'm gonna evade and observe.
I'm also gonna invade and observe.
All right. I love it. Yosu is defending and maneuvering. The Carnation soldiers are advancing and attacking. So Yosu, incredibly frustrated by this. I think he was expecting to just get a good night's rest. And then all of a sudden this girl just started smacking pain at them. Saying, what'd she say? The Silver Moon sent their guards.
Silver Moon pirates send their guys.
The Silver Moon pirates send their
I was hoping I could get away.
He goes, what the? And as he's running, he sees that you've slowed down. You see him just start going down to a sprint as you see jets of flame are sort of propelling the bottom of his feet so it can go even faster as he engulfs both of his arms in flame, and he's just like hurling himself at you, like just like a flame rocket. And yeah, so what happens is he just sort of makes, probably as like you're starting to stand up, Ling, he just impacts you, not so much damaging you, but definitely catching you off guard. He is now engaged with you, and you go ahead and mark impaired, please, Ling, as Yosu becomes favored.
Wow, okay.
All right. The Fire Nation soldiers. They just strike. They start launching fire blasts at you, Ling. So you're not gonna mark a fatigue. You can just mark your choice of 2 fatigue a condition, or shifting your balance away from center. All of those aren't the greatest for you right now, but
I will mark 2 fatigue.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. That is the NPCs. Ling and Tetra, who would like to go first?
I would like to go first.
And you both can clear. Go ahead and clear 1 fatigue.
Yep.
All right, Teto. What are you doing? Well, you're rolling first.
I'm going to roll with creativity. I got a what is that? A 7 plus 2. What I'm going to do is
no, right.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remark a fatigue to use empty your mind. And then I'm going to use slippery eelhound, which is when you defend and maneuver and choose seize a position to escape the scene, foes must mark an additional 2 fatigue to stop you, and you may bring any allies within reach with you when you retreat. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm using empty your mind to switch my approach to defend and maneuver, and then use seize a position and grab Ling and get out of there. And if they want to be stopped, they need to mark
a fatigue, right?
3 fatigue.
That's
yeah.
That's good. That's a good play.
That is really good. It's a really good play. Yosu marks 3 fatigue. As he doesn't just grab you guys, he just and just lifts up both of his arms, just creating like this like firewall, sort of halting you guys from immediately moving at this moment. Were you gonna say something, Tetra?
No, that's
okay.
I will be marking a fatigue to roll with the thing that I have.
your principal.
Principal, thank you.
Yes,
principal.
Yes. Go ahead and do that.
Gives me a 12.
Nice. That's perfect.
And so I will be using a practice technique. And I will use refresh on Teto. Removing 3 of his fatigue.
Oh,
I love it.
I will take that.
That's dope.
I love it.
And I can also clear an appropriate status. He doesn't have any bad statuses, so
yeah.
No, from me. See, Ling, we bicker, but when we fight together, we actually do good.
I love it. As this exchange ends, Haru and May, you guys turn the corner and you see this unfolding. You just see just a small squad of firebenders just launching these firebending blasts as you see Teto and Ling in melee with the Fire Nation captain who you had seen Mahu walk out the inn with.
Haru will shout at the Fire Nation soldiers. Hey, over here!
Like, where'd you come from?
And Danny,
anyone
can you
else
set the scene for us?
Yeah, so you guys are sort of just like in an alleyway. On one side of the alleyway is Teto, Ling, and Yosu. And on the other side of the alleyway are Haru and May. And in between them is the group of Fire Nation soldiers. Any other between exchange actions from anyone?
I do want to explain that my refresh is Ling's like throwing her Misty Veil like cloak over Teto and like protecting him from the flame.
I love it. And it's definitely refreshing, Teto. Just Teto in the middle of combat. So it sounds like no between exchange moves. So I think we can just hop in to an exchange. An exchange with all 4 of our friends.
All 4 friends.
What approaches y'all taking?
Wonderful. Best friends that I'm still taking advantage of observe.
I'm going to take defend and maneuver.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna advance and attack.
Okay.
I'm
Nick?
going to evade and observe.
Okay. Both the Fire Nation soldiers and Yosu are advancing and attacking. So first up, we have Tato with defend and maneuver. Go ahead and roll with focus.
I got a 7 with the 0 modifier.
All right. So you can choose one basic or master technique.
I'm going to choose air swipe. Prepare to cast an arc of pressurized air to knock away incoming attacks. If an enemy attacks you, you may mark 1 fatigue to cast the arc and block or divert the strike. If no enemy has attacked you by the end of the exchange, you may cast the arc to inflict 2 fatigue on up to 3 enemies.
That's cool.
That's
Dang.
great. That is great. I love that. Yeah. So take note. Tato has air swiped.
Air swiping.
Advance and attack. You're swiping. Advance attack. Haru, roll of fashion.
It's an 8.
So you can choose one basic or master technique.
I think I'm just gonna like kick a couple rocks up and punch them at the soldiers.
This is a strike, it sounds like.
Just a strike, and I'm gonna
I
mark.
love it.
I'm gonna mark fatigue. I would like for you to mark 2 fatigue.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I know.
Nice. They've marked 2 fatigue. Both the Fire Nation soldiers and Yosu are going to go. I think the Fire Nation soldiers are going to go first. In turn, they will just say, where are you all coming from? As they'll just start launching fire shots back at you, Haru, because you've just attacked them. So I'm gonna let you choose again because you're not like, I don't think they're even like trying to like kill you guys. They're just like, stop resisting, stop resisting, stop resisting.
Don't know what's going on.
Launch fireball blasts. So you can either mark 2 fatigue, mark condition, or shift your balance away for center.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark 2 fatigue.
Ooh, crazy guy. That's cool. All right, Yosu's gonna go. Yosu is favored, so you can choose an additional technique here, and he has advanced and attacked. So I think he's gonna strike at Teto. Because he's like, what the heck? You know, when you're like, what the heck, and you gotta strike it in an airbender. He's gonna strike at Teto. Yosu will actually, because he's a little peeved. So he's gonna be marking a fatigue. And he's gonna force Teto to mark 2 fatigue. As he just tell me again what it looks like. Teto
Wait,
preparing this.
What is he's advancing and attacking? Is he going to
Yes,
strike,
striking.
pressure, or smash?
He's striking.
So what happens is Teto has his glider in staff form, and he's readied it, one hand high, one hand low. And as Yosu strikes at him, he's going to lift his low hand high and then take his high hand even higher and swipe upwards with the tip of the staff towards the alley, catching Yosu with a strong updraft, which will block or divert his strike.
Nice.
And I'll be
I love it.
marking fatigue to stop that.
I love it. And it looks super cool. Incredibly frustrated at this. I think Yosu will. I think the flame wall that he made in front of you guys started to die down, but now he's like, these people aren't getting away. So he just slams like his fist downwards as the flame wall just begins raging, and he is pressuring. And I will say that you guys cannot defend and maneuver next exchange.
Okay.
Hey, we got Ling and May, evade and observe. Which one of y'all would like to go first? The first thing you can do is clear a fatigue.
We can do that, yes.
I think you can go first.
Okay. I'm rolling. I'm just rolling straight. No principles this time.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it.
Was it just a miss?
Yep.
And you can't shift your balance to.
Oh.
Yeah, nope.
Can't do that. No. Can't.
I want to see, what does this look like in the fiction? What's going on with Ling?
Yeah, I think.
Don't forget to mark growth as well. But yeah, what's going on with Ling?
I think she's trying to, like, focus. She's trying to like focus and like bend her like Mistveil cloak back around her, but the flames are so hot, like in this firewall that's behind her. I think that she can't do it. She can't get the water to even like form properly.
I love, yeah. And it's been, I mean, also Ling was just like captured and knocked out, and had also just recently lost a pretty brutal battle. So Ling's probably still, he hasn't really had a chance to rest.
No, not
It's been a
really.
crazy time for Ling. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. May, go ahead and roll with your choice of either creativity or harmony.
I'll roll with creativity.
Okay.
And I got a 7 on here.
Nice. So that's +1 with creativity. For an 8. So you can choose a
8.
basic or mastered technique. So out of your playbook specific techniques, you can choose flame. No, you can not defend a maneuver. So you can basically only choose the basic techniques to test balance, bolster, hinder, or commit.
I'll commit.
Love it. So you recenter yourself amidst the fray, shift your balance toward one of your principles. The next time you live up to that principle, you're not marked fatigue. All right, I love it. So in which direction are you shifting your balance? Towards force or towards care?
Towards care.
All right. I was gonna say, if you're shifting yourself further towards force, that would be crazy. But no, this is what does that look like?
With the narrative, like with May.
Yeah, in the fiction.
May has just learned something incredibly life-changing for her, about her history, her lineage. I don't think she's in the right mindset to even fight, let alone she lost the last one. Okay. She got punch stabbed, as I remember, which is worse than
double punch
a regular
stab.
punch. Yeah.
I don't remember that happening at all. That's I don't.
Weird. Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's also suffering from a bit of PTSD.
Yeah. I love it. That is that exchange. Does anyone do anything between exchanges? The Fire Nation soldiers are still just laying it on, attempting to lay it on Haru and May. Yosu is like, you guys aren't going anywhere. We're fighting. Does anyone want to do anything between exchanges?
Teto will, over his shoulder, say, "Ling, are you all right?"
I'm fine. Fighting. Trying to. It's really hot. Okay, there's not a lot of water in the air.
Like, you guys are talking like over the raging flames, like right around you.
And she'll keep trying to bend water.
I just thought there should be some dialogue.
No,
I
that's good.
love it.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
fine.
So let's go into another exchange. What are y'all choosing?
I'm gonna defended maneuver.
Advanced attack.
Teto is also going to advance an attack.
I'm going to evade and observe.
I might change my mind then. I think I'm gonna advance an attack as well.
All right.
Because we get to talk about it openly.
And I'm sorry, Ling, what did you say you're choosing?
Advance and attack.
Advanced attack? Oh, and May is evading and observing?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So 3 of you are doing that. And they're doing that. Crazy. It's pretty crazy. I think the Fire Nation soldiers... They're just going to advance and attack, man. As well as Yosu. All right. Haru, Teto, Ling. Which one do y'all want to go first?
I've got an idea. May I go first?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'll take that silence as a of course.
Go ahead and roll a passion.
I got an 8 plus a 1, so I'm at a 9.
Okay.
Not enough for my master technique, but that's fine. I'm going to use
No,
smash.
if you're mastered, you can.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's practiced.
You're practiced, yeah.
I'm going to use smash. And
Yeah.
what he's going to do is he's going to take his left hand off of the staff and twirl it 180 degrees into his right hand. So the long end is farther away from him, and he's going to pop out the, I guess the tail fins, and he's going to circle it around his head, and he's going to say, "Ling, duck," and he is going to use that the tail fins as a fan as he's circling the staff around his head, creating a wall of air to push and extinguish the wall of fire.
Ooh, okay. So, possibly inflicting or overcoming a fictionally appropriate positive.
So I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to
status.
destabilize or destroy the wall of fire with a
Yeah.
concussive wall of air.
I like that. I like that. So I think I like that. It's very creative. So I think here's what I'm going to offer. There won't be any negative or positive status. I think it'll just essentially cancel out his pressure.
Cool. What's kind of being impaired?
that
Well, wait a
wall of
minute.
fire.
Wait a minute. No, sorry. That's dumb because pressure has already been a thing. It has already happened.
Yeah.
So there should be a. I think it makes sense for it to be a positive status. I think you guys. I think I like favored.
Cool.
So
who's favored? Is it
Me and
me and you?
yeah, Ling and Teto, or is it everybody?
I think just Ling and Teto.
Ling and Teto.
I think just Ling and
That's
Teto.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for the next exchange that this would apply, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not this one.
I love it. I love
Was
it.
that
Love
you,
it, Sam.
Teto?
Yeah, I guess you
Yes.
couldn't. Ling, you clear it now.
Technically, statuses happen immediately.
So
Fatigue, marking fatigue and conditions happens technically at the end of the exchange.
Yeah.
Statuses happen immediately.
Yeah, and favored isn't something you clear. Favored just gives you an additional technique.
Oh, all right, cool. So I'm getting an additional technique. That's nice.
Yeah. Are you going next, Ling?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just taking it.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. I got an 11. No, I did not. I did not get an 11. I got a 9. Forgot how numbers worked.
Okay. Yeah. So you
take
choose a
second
basic.
grade math with me.
So yeah, I get basic technique and an extra basic technique. So Ling is like trying to bend this water, and even with like the gust of air, and Teto tells her to duck. just like the water she's trying to collect just blows away, and she's like, "Screw it!" And as she ducks, she like then like bends forward and goes onto her hands and spins and swings her leg out on like doing a handstand and kicks this dude in the face as a strike.
I love it. Are you
Teto
letting
goes-
him choose?
Oh, that's so cool.
No, I'm sparking the one fatigue I have to mark to say that he has to mark 2 fatigue.
I love it. I love it. And he
And
is
then-
he like especially reeling at that, and he is like red in the face now. He's like mad.
And then I will so she gets that kick off, and then she kind of like does one more like off his chest, like kind of like right in the diaphragm to like flip herself back onto her feet. And in doing so, I will pressure him. He's going to be kind of winded, and he's not going to be able to advance an attack next turn.
I love it. I love it a lot. Haru, what are you doing?
That's a 10.
Woohoo! So you got a list of things that you can choose from.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple cool things. I think I will. Oh, I know. So I'm gonna first strike. So I'm like blocking these fireballs,
Mhm.
and I'm like throwing up walls of stone, and then just kicking them at the soldiers.
I love it. I
So
love it.
these walls of stone are just like flying at them.
I love it.
And I'd like to do it in like a very like quick rapid succession to also pressure them.
And what will they not be able to choose?
They will not be able to advance an attack because they're not able to get their shots off from having to defend themselves.
That makes
with these
sense. That
walls.
makes sense. And Ling, you had said Yosu can't advance an attack either, right?
Correct.
All right.
I will though not mark anything for strike, so I will let you choose what to do.
Yes. I think they will just be doing the fatigue. I love it. And now they cannot advance an attack. But it is their turn to advance an attack this exchange.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go to Yosu first. Yosu will just continue to strike. He's just hammering away. Let's see here. Yosu actually cannot mark a fatigue to force you guys to mark something, so you can choose. And I think this just looks like, I think he's just launching fireballs at Ling Hung this time. But you can choose what you mark, Ling Hung.
I guess I'm remarking insecure. Just got rid of it.
I love it. The Fire Nation soldiers. So it's what it sounds like. How you're doing is you're sort of just like counterattacking their fireballs by like blocking it with walls and then launching those at them. And it's like, okay, this obviously isn't working. So then they will just
Give up.
Yeah,
they will just like put up this like sort of wall that sort of like stops you from kind of being able to see where you're launching the rocks to give them sort of a little bit of time. They're pressuring
Mhm.
and they're going to say you cannot advance an attack on the next exchange.
That's fine. I wasn't gonna choose that anyway.
Hell yeah.
Danny.
All right. Hey, I'm on your guys' side here. All right, May. Go ahead and clear fatigue and then roll with your choice of either creativity or harmony.
Okay, I had no fatigues, but
Nice.
gonna roll.
Yeah, May's
And
looking
I-
great, honestly, guys. That
Well,
is an 11.
Or fatigues.
So you can choose 2 of the 3 basic techniques, either test balance, bolster, hinder, or commit.
I am going to once again commit.
All right. It seems like May's just sort of like May's probably still like taken aback from this, and she's just sort of like
Ye-
watching this unfold.
Yeah, I was wondering if like the way how we can do this is kind of like she's obviously stepping back. She's choosing not to fight. One, it's people from the Fire Nation that this time she's being asked to fight against. So it's her own people. Two, she just learned something about her father, and three, she's still suffering from PTSD. So I was wondering if it would be possible if in this moment she's still around, but it looks like she ran away. Like she runs behind like a building or something just to kind of like catch her breath. Like everything is getting too heavy. Like the air is too heavy right now to breathe. And she's like maybe one breath away from just weeping.
I love it. How do you feel about just doing that since you're taking the very last move of this exchange? How do you feel about just doing that scene after this exchange? That way you can still have your moves from the evade and observe.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So you already said that you're committing, and I'm guessing you're gonna shift further towards care. All right. And then you have your choice of either. It sounds like you won't be bolstering or hindering. It also, your other options are either to bolster or hinder or test balance. Test balance would mean like talking to, like yelling out to one of the NPCs. I don't know. Do you think May's like in a place to do that?
I don't even think she can talk right now. There's just too much going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely fine with you just opting not to take the second move.
Yeah, I'm gonna opt to not take it.
Yeah.
Let's just stick
And
to
if that's
commit.
okay. Yeah, just as you said, we see May just sort of like probably like just like run around the corner is what it sounds like.
Yeah, like she hasn't completely abandoned them, but it might look that way. It's just that she needs that moment right now.
I love it. The Fire Nation soldiers look like they're sort of like giving up as they turn around to see Yoshi still going at it with Tacho and Ling. They just start like climbing some scaffolding in the alleyway to just try to get out of there.
Broken no wills.
They're like, this isn't worth it. Who are these kids? And they just start trying to get out of there. Yosu, on the other hand, looks determined to just keep going until you guys either give up or something happens. Any other in between exchange actions from anyone? The soldiers are starting to flee. Yes, Justin.
I don't think he's.
I
think he was rubbing his eye. I don't think he was raising his hand.
Oh no, sorry.
I did.
No,
I did
ask in the private chat. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, my eye is just like.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's allergy season.
Yeah.
Danny, you apologized like you had poked him in the eye.
Oh well, I have complete control over the seasons and the health status of everyone I know.
That's quite the responsibility.
Danny is why my blood pressure is so high.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. So any in between exchange actions from anyone?
No, I'm not giving those people second chances.
All right. So I think I'm just gonna do what I mirrored. Well, no, sorry. First, you guys tell me what you guys are doing. What approaches you guys are taking?
Defend.
Advance and attack.
I think I'm gonna.
And it sounds like
then.
I love it, and it sounds like May's not even in this exchange, right, Monroe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we can in a little bit we can see.
Is it safe to say that Teto and Lingrong are so engaged with their bad guy that they haven't noticed May?
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I mean, there's two fights in between us and whatever May and Haru are doing. So.
And Ling,
Totally
you had
fair.
said Yosu cannot advance an attack, right?
Correct.
Okay. To mirror what I've said in the fiction, the Fire Nation soldiers are definitely defending and maneuvering. They like to maneuver the hell out of there. Yosu will evade and observe. So, Haru, good old D&M roll that F.
Oh no, that's a 5.
Shift your balance if you want.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shift my balance.
do it.
Because I'm gonna
Wait. You weren't
Let's
already
see.
at +3, right?
I was not. No, I just
Okay,
moved to
good,
this.
good. I was like, this would be crazy if you shifted your balance, Haru.
No. I think Haru zooms in. His just focus, like zooms into Yosu, and like a pillar of rock just launches him over the heads of the Fire Nation soldiers, and he lands like gracefully right behind Yosu.
I love it. I love it. And as you're getting there, the Fire Nation soldiers see this, look at Yosu, and they're like, Yosu, let's just get out of here. And yeah, the Fire Nation soldiers will defend a maneuver. They will just seize a position. They're just getting out of there. As I said, they're just climbing some scaffolding in the alleyway as they just scurry onto the roof of the nearby building, just running away. I'm guessing, does anyone... I think Haru would be the only one in a position to stop this. I'm
And I
guessing
don't have
they don't.
fatigue to mark. Yeah.
You don't.
Oh wait,
So,
Danny.
yeah.
May running like behind like a building or something, does that count as running from danger or difficulty?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely,
Right, so
yeah.
I just
Unmark
took off
it.
afraid. Finally.
I love it. Now I will say, I think also May, you see, now that Haru and May have sort of left, it leaves the space opening, and you see some of the other soldiers off to just run down that side of the alleyway. So May, some Fire Nation soldiers just zip past you as you're just running away. Ling, advance and attack.
Deal. Danny, am I still favored? Or since I got
I'm
the
going to
benefit
say
of the one-
no.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
the benefit was just from that one move from Teto.
All right.
How's that Pash looking?
Hash,
Show me that Pash.
That is a 7.
Hey, that's not half
So
bad. You
just-
could choose a basic
just
or master
enough.
technique.
Yeah, I will strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can't force him.
You cannot.
Hmm.
He's not looking good though. He's like visibly like reeling, but trying to hide it through his anger.
Yeah, Ling just keeps kicking his ass. She'll like she like
Language.
darts forward and she kicks like downwards towards his knee and like kicks it from like on the inner part to like knock his knee out from under him. And then like as he like stumbles forward, she brings up her other leg and knees him in the face.
I love it. And yeah, he just his nose is probably bleeding at this point.
Yeah.
As he just goes like, "Who are you?" He will opt to shift his balance. Teto, what are you doing? That's funny. Sam was like invisible from my point of view on his screen, and he just suddenly appeared.
Just hiding from you, Danny.
Oh no!
I'm rolling.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm
Roll, and don't forget to clear any fatigue if you haven't marked. Not any
I
fatigue.
got-
One fatigue.
I got an 11.
That's so high.
It's pretty high.
So you could use your one practice technique, or you can choose two basic ones.
I think I'll stay with basic techniques.
All right.
So Teto will see Ling kicking butt, but also see that Yosu still has some verve in him. He will recall the airbending scroll that he got from the center of the singing path. And he'll turn and look at Yosu and he'll say, "Gulpies," and he will mess with the air pressure, but maybe a little, like, with a little bit more vigor to it.
Yeah.
To hinder this character.
I love it. And I think that's definitely, I think impaired makes sense. As you look at him, you say this, and he goes, What are you? He's so incredibly confused. Has no idea what's going on. You get another basic technique, Teto.
Let's see. What do I want to do? Maybe. And I think what I'll do is I will use Empty Your Mind again, which allows me to mark a fatigue and choose a different approach. And I will choose Strike. And so he's just been disoriented. And Teto, I think, is going to see his opportunity and swing his staff at this guy's head.
I love it. And just with everything going on, he like started shut up and now he's like having trouble even getting a word out because of the Colpies. You swing your staff at him and that is just enough to just send him reeling and knock him out. As he just thuds onto the ground. Haru, you just get there as Yosu just falls right in front of you.
Got him. Nicely done, Teto.
And Teto will look at his staff and look at the sky and the ground and feel some type of way. I'm not sure how he's feeling right now.
I love it.
He's a little bit proud, but a little bit...
Yeah.
Haru ignores all of this and just walks up to this body and puts him on his knees and slaps him to wake him up.
Oh, we're just immediately... Okay, all right.
No, but I just knocked him out.
Yeah, I got questions for him. What is Rock doing here?
A quick cut as an audience. We sort of see, I think May's not really able to notice this too much, but we see a pair of small footsteps walking in front of May in the alleyway that she's in. Then we cut back to Haru. What? Reich's not. What? What's Reich doing here? He's not here. He's in the Fire Nation. He sent me to.
What
do you care?
Slap him again. I know he's not here. What are his plans here?
Yeah, obviously. That was obvious.
But the Fire Nation needs metal. And Tu Zin has the best metal in probably the 4 nations.
Good.
How does that jurisdiction work? Like, this is the Earth Kingdom.
It's not jurisdiction. They've taken it over, Lane. It's what the Fire Lord does.
Can we just tell the Earth
Who are you people?
You don't need to worry about it.
A rock will start to ominously and threateningly lift up.
Oh, I don't think you want to know what happens with that.
Thank you for answering my questions. Problem is, you're not really of any use to us now, are you? Well, you got something to say? Say it.
Teto is starting to feel is taken aback. This might be a step too far.
to it.
My nation. I was gonna say something that sounds way too much like, my gods are smiling upon me, Imperial. Can you say the same? But no, Yosu will say, I'm dying with honor, knowing that I served my nation.
Haru,
Do
Haru.
you know
Stop.
what your nation has created?
He's
They've taken a child and they turned him into an assassin. My livelihood, my life was stolen from me. The rock will drop. I'm gonna clear inspired to move back towards connection.
Okay.
Today, I realized that it's not just the Fire Lord that made me this way, but it's Rak and Kai and all the handlers I had. So you run back to the Fire Nation. You tell them Haru's coming.
Haru? Where do I know that name?
I'm a very famous earthbending singer, and
Yeah,
I'll knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's
Haru?
that's not your name.
Yosu will gather himself and just sort of stand up and start limping away if Tato and Ling will let him.
No, I thought Haru just said he knocked him back out.
I knocked him unconscious.
Oh, you knocked him unconscious? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's knocked unconscious. Yeah. He does that in his dreams.
Well,
Haru, you feel a sudden sharp pain in your shin. Go ahead.
Ow.
How much? Go ahead and I think mark of fatigue.
That's the market condition.
Yeah. As you turn around and Tato and Ling, you see this too. You see the small figure of a 14-year-old girl on the other side of the alleyway holding this. I think there were crossbows back then. I'm just going to say there were. Holding this crossbow trained right at Haru's head now. She had just loaded this other bolt.
Yeah, I mean, they think Haru will like scream in pain and would fall to their knees.
And she goes, "That's where I've seen you before," as Kiara says, as she's just standing on the other side of the hallway.
a blast of water immediately knocks her down.
She falls down to the ground, but she grabs her crossbow again. She goes, "He killed my dad!" As she
The water will
starts to
cut
launch
the
another
string
bolt.
of the crossbow.
She then pulls out these two daggers and then starts sprinting towards Haru.
Ling will sprint at her to meet her in the middle.
Danny, how
Teto
far is
will-
May from all this?
May,
How far
I
is May
think
from all of this?
you're right around the corner. You had seen the footsteps. You probably didn't think much of it at the time. But
Is there a possibility that she's there now? Or you want to keep her out of it?
I mean, you're right around the corner, so you can join in. But I think what we see is we just see Kiara sprinting towards Haru, Ling now running in front of Haru, sprinting towards Kiara, and we probably see May rounding the corner to see what the heck's
Okay.
going on as we cut.
All right. Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I got into it and then I'm like, oh no, wait, what time is it?
Thanks for that cliff that we get to hang
Yeah.
off of, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going
Is
to end here a
Linghorn-
little bit earlier.
Is
like,
Ling-
man,
I
I'm
was
right there.
trying to, but I looked at the time and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
And that's what I was
Um,
going through too. I was like, man,
We'll have to find out next week if Ling Hong and May are gonna kill this 14-year-old girl.
I'm gonna kill her.
Almost 100% probable.
She won't even be like that badly maimed, you know?
Who needs arms?
Who needs arms? It's just gonna be your guys' thing, your signature. We cut off the arms of everyone that we need.
I use my basic move. Who needs arms?
Who needs arms? All right.
Classic.
Well, that was great. I'm excited for next week. Tuesdays now.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Doing it on Tuesday.
That's all I got. Keep joining us every week. Listening to these fun little episodes. I'm having lots of fun. I hope that my players are having lots of fun. You guys having fun?
Oh, having the most fun.
Your characters aren't having fun, but I hope you guys are having fun.
But they're
I
growing.
don't speak for my character.
They're growing. You know.
You're right.
Sometimes
You're right.
growth is not fun.
Mm-hmm. Well,
No.
that's all I have for you folks. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Later, cat gators.